465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
Today is Wednesday, November 29, 2023, and you're listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. A pleasant morning to all of our listeners here in St. Kitts and Nevis and those in the diaspora. Thank you so much for joining the program for today. Our top stories, international, regional, and local. On the international scene, CIA Director Bill Burns returned to Qatar Tuesday for a new round of talks aimed at freeing more Hamas hostages held in Gaza. In regional news, the International Court of Justice Tuesday said it would deliver on Friday its order on Guyana's request for the indication of provisional measures aimed at preventing Venezuela from holding a referendum over the ownership of the mineral and forest-rich country of Essequibo. And in local news, the cable, in partnership with several other entities, has embarked on an ambitious and truly worthwhile project to renovate the lobby area of the JNF General Hospital, thereby improving its overall aesthetics and making the hospital facility a more welcoming space for all. These are the stories on the international, regional, and local scene. You are listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius, and again, thank you for joining. It is just 11:02 here in the studios of ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. The numbers to call when we open the phone lines are 465-2555. That's 465-2555. Or you can call us at 718-577-2916. 718-577-2916. This program is also live on ZIZ TV, ZIZ's YouTube channel, and ZIZ's Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining me on The Edge for Wednesday, November 29, 2023. You know, I don't even want November to end, so I'm here saying Tuesday instead of Wednesday. But today is Wednesday, guys, not Tuesday. Let's get right into the conversation for today. So I'm looking at the local story that I just shared with you, with the cable in partnership with several other entities has embarked on an ambitious project to renovate the lobby area of the Joseph and France General Hospital. I think most of you are familiar with that space, and the aim really is to make it more welcoming. This, along with other projects and initiatives, are all geared towards making or improving the overall appearance of the hospital. And of course, the Ministry of Health has also been doing their part in improving the delivery of healthcare at the Joseph and France General Hospital and other medical facilities across St. Kitts and Nevis. And so kudos to the cable for this ambitious project. Let me go into the details and share with you the other entities that will be joining the cable. So the following is an article from the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service. So it says that the project was launched on Tuesday, November 28th, 2023, during a ceremony held at the hospital. In attendance was Prime Minister and Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, Director of Health Institutions, Dr. Jensen Morton, and other members of the management staff of the hospital, as well as the Chief Executive Officer, CEO of the cable, Patricia Walters. Mrs. Walters said the cable adopted the renovation project as part of its community outreach initiative for its 40th anniversary celebrations. Wow. Imagine a community outreach initiative and you have embarked on, or you have collaborated with other entities in the country to upgrade the lobby area of a hospital. She said that, quote, we wanted to make sure that whatever we did benefited the nation, not just for our customers for our 40th anniversary, but for the people of the Federation. She said many of us at some point or another had reasons to pass through the lobby on the way to visit someone or sit and await services. And what we want is to create a pleasant atmosphere so that whether you are waiting or passing through, your spirit would be uplifted in this very important institution in our nation. Improving the aesthetics of the lobby was part of the overall plan for enhancing the infrastructure and services at the JNF General Hospital. The Director for Health Institutions, Dr. Jensen Morton, stated, quote, we really looked at this from a staff building standpoint and a quality building standpoint, and that was why you would have seen particular efforts and changes in different areas such as EMS, dialysis, and so forth. But one of the areas we could not ignore was the area of aesthetics. Some people point out that we don't have a lot of clarity with regards to the signage, and some people would say it's dark and gloomy at the hospital. And it puts them in a sad mood before you've even done anything. And all of those things can mentally impact people's healing and well-being. Prime Minister Drew was thankful for the partnership of the cable and other private sector entities, stressing that the public-private sector partnership is integral for the continued development of the country. It says that for the renovation project, the TDC group of companies has come on board as a key partner, committing to supply all the paint required for a comprehensive repaint of the lobby. So kudos to the cable and the TDC group of companies for embarking on this very great initiative to improve the aesthetics of the lobby at the hospital. And I could definitely understand what Dr. Morton was saying when he said, you know, you come to the hospital and sometimes because of how it looks, you get so depressed and places dark and gloomy and depressing. There is no bright colors to uplift your day. And you know, sometimes it is often said when people are suffering from an illness, they need that encouragement and they need to be uplifted and they need to be cheered up. And so imagine you're suffering from an illness and you enter a facility where it's just boring and dark and gloomy. That could really take a toll on you mentally, and you basically want to give up. It's 11:09 and you're listening to The Edge in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Thank you so much for joining me on the program for today. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge.
This Christmas is all about you. Yeah, boy. Flow the joy and better value. Together, imagine all we could do. Prizes and offers inspired by you.
With great prices including cash, grocery and gas vouchers, data, credit and more. Switch to Flow today and have Christmas joy every day.
This Christmas is all about you. Your boy. Flow brings the joy and better value.
Flow, connecting hearts and homes this Christmas. Visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply. 'Tis the season to be merry with ZIZ Radio and Television Broadcasting Network. And what a better way to make your business stand out than by spreading holiday cheer to your potential customers with our spectacular Christmas package designed to help your business shine during this festive season. We'll tailor our advertising solutions to match your unique business needs. Whether you are a cozy local shop, a trendy online store, or a bustling service provider, we've got something special for you. Plus, our packages are incredibly cost-effective, allowing you to get the most value for your marketing budget. But that's not all. When you choose our Christmas packages, you get ear-catching radio and eye-catching television spots that will keep your business on everyone's mind. Social media campaigns that will keep your followers engaged and excited. So what are you waiting for? This Christmas, make your business the star of the show and give your customers a reason to celebrate. Call us at 465-2621, 465-2622, or visit our sales and marketing department to learn more about our Christmas packages. Together, let's make this holiday season truly magical for your business. Merry Christmas and happy business to you.
Welcome back to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I am your host, Devonne Cornelius. Now, I want to introduce a topic that is local and regional, and it has to do with LIAT. L-I-A-T. And I have an article here from the Antigua Observer. Says that take it or leave it. PM tells ex-LIAT staff awaiting severance as liquidation looms. And that Prime Minister is Gaston Brown. LIAT has been faced with challenges for quite some time, especially since COVID-19. They basically went under. And the staff has claimed severance, but from the discussions that I've seen and the discussions that I've been listening to, they are not satisfied with what is being presented to them. But LIAT has its challenges. So let me go into the article here and share more details with you. It says that Prime Minister Gaston Brown has once again called on former LIAT workers to take it or leave it in regard to the government's offered compassionate payments, with LIAT 1974 expected to be liquidated in the coming months. With LIAT 2020, which is a newer version of LIAT, or an upgraded version of LIAT, on track to begin operations, the government has said that liquidation of LIAT 1974 would serve to create a seamless transition into the new entity. However, what does this mean for LIAT workers who have been seeking severance since the company's collapse in 2020? In Parliament last week, Gaston Brown stated that the new entity would begin purchasing assets from the defunct company shortly after LIAT 1974 has been officially liquidated. And according to the Prime Minister in an interview this week, once they have finished paying for those assets, there will be nothing left for severance. Wow. Well, how do you tell these people who have contributed years, over 10, 20, 30 years to this company, that you either take it or leave it? Why? And sometimes we wonder why, let me choose my words carefully. Sometimes we wonder why things happen. I mean, how do you tell people that? So you've contributed half of your life to a company, and now it is time for you to claim your severance. They're saying to you, take it or leave it. And not just they, the head of the country is saying to you, take it or leave it. I wonder if he would have taken it or leave it. It says, in this particular case, the money that we pay for the planes, which will be about 12 to 13 million US dollars, the money will be paid into the Caribbean Development Bank to reduce the debt on those planes. All right, so that's a chunk of money there going into the purchase of planes. The article goes on to say, quote, now the outstanding debt is at least 3 times the amount of the value of those planes. So there will be no surplus to go towards paying severance, and that is why we said that we will do a compassionate payment. It will not remain indefinite, the Prime Minister stated. The government has also lowered the amount on the table. It is now a 32% compassionate payment on offer, a reduction from the previous 50%. The government based the reduction on the percentage of shares that the Antigua and Barbuda government held in LIAT. The new airline will be primarily funded by Nigerian carrier Airpeace and its CEO, Allen Onyema, who have 70% shareholding in the new enterprise, with the government of Antigua and Barbuda holding the remaining 30%. So that's some good information for us Caribbean nationals. Several regional governments have also indicated interest in being part of the new company. However, exact share percentage has not been determined, according to Gaston Brown. Meanwhile, the Antigua and Barbuda Workers Union, the local union representatives for former LIAT staff, has said it will issue a press statement on the matter. The president of the Leeward Islands Airline Pilots Association, Patterson Thompson, declined to comment on the latest developments. Now, this is a major story. The biggest issue for me is people have worked half of their life, dedicated half of their life to this company, and we are saying to them that, boss, really and truly, we cannot give you the severance, but we're going to give you a compassionate payment. So I guess it's a little something to carry them for the next couple of months. But I could only imagine how these people are managing with their day-to-day life. They worked for this company, and in 2020, as a result of COVID, the company went under. Perhaps some were able to find employment. Others maybe something here and there, like a part-time side gig or whatever. And so the financial challenges that they are experiencing must be extremely difficult. And now, when there seems to be some sort of light at the end of the tunnel for them to claim their severance after 20 years of service or 30 or even 40 years of service, you're going to come and tell me I either take it or leave it. That's a hard pill to swallow. We'll open the phone lines and we'll begin taking your calls at 465-2555, or you can call us at 718-577-2916 for those of you who reside in the diaspora. We have our first call for this morning. Let's head to the phone lines and we'll take this call. Good morning, caller,
sir.
and welcome to the program.
And good morning to the listeners home and abroad. Carl Brown here. Gaston Brown cannot be in his right mind. I think he wake up in a dream or in a chant or something. Or he take about 10 extra drugs mixed up when he went to sleep. So they're still in his system. He cannot be serious. You're going to put $13 million in a bank, but you're telling workers we spend half their life and more that they must take a compassionate leave pay? He got to be mad. And let me tell you, that union in Antigua, the workers' union, is a very strong union, and that offer will not be accepted. I'm telling you now. And I gonna tell you, this matter gonna reach all the way up to the Caribbean Court of Appeal. So they ain't gonna get to start the company because those guys is going to put an injunction to stop them from forming that company until they get paid. And if I was one of those workers, that's what we would have done. We would have put an injunction on them to stop them from forming that company until they pay everybody that is due to them that work on the LIAT. And it's years, all you hear me telling all you, get rid of LIAT. But government keep going in and putting in money and putting in money and putting in money every year. I keep saying to them, get rid of it. And now they want to go farm another airline again with cross demon LIAT. You got to be kidding. The other thing is, along with PDC and the cable, we would like to know a couple more of the private sector companies that have invested to make the hospital brighter, because that color that they have on it was very dark, very dull. Right? So it is nice to see some of the private sector has come forward to make sure the hospital look brighter and happier when you reach there. As a farmer worker there, I always complain to them and tell them, please put a brighter color on the hospital. The color that you're putting in is too dark and too dull. And not only that, it's easily dirty and it costs the government too much money for upkeep. I tell them that all the time when I was there. But you know, me the potato vine, we ain't growing a potato, so nobody was listening. But you see, the private sector now come and say the same thing, and you see how quick they listen?
Well, I guess you had to bring the money. Maybe you had the money.
Well, I guess so. Right? The other thing, I would like to say to the government, right? When you are negotiating with foreign investors, one of the stipulations must be in negotiation to having foreign investors come here that they must contribute at least 3 times a year to some form of program, some form of initiative that give back to the citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis. We have the Indians them here in Port Dante. What do they sponsor? Not zero. We have hundreds of Chinese here doing business. What do they sponsor? Not zero. What they give back to the public? Not zero. Right?
All right.
And one thing, I ain't hear nothing from courts contributing nothing to National Carnival or any other investment coming up. Hundreds of people spend a lot of money with courts. And courts should be giving back something to the general public, not just the little percentage inside there. The way they have in the store, but there must be like, when things come up like music festival, national carnival, sports, in the schools and so. This is where these people should be contributing in some significant way. Right? Because the parents, the children spend a lot of money with them. And they should be giving back when time to give back something. So that should be one of the priorities of government when they are negotiating, especially with foreign investors. The local, you should make that a lot too, that you must contribute at least 3 times a year to some significant event or significant need of sponsorship to the general public. Go on, me boy.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the program. You're listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls at 465-2555. We have another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hi, am I live?
Yes, you are.
Hey, good day. Hope your day is going well.
Yes.
I'm pleading with all my might. I'm pleading ad nauseum about these taximen in the Stone Throat River. They go on the park on the left-hand side of the road, and when you're coming from Bar Street, forces you to go on the right-hand side, where you can't see ahead of you, and who's coming west to east cannot see you. I've spoken to the head of the chief of police, the traffic department, the old police station. What you're creating serious danger. It's of course called Bloody Point. We don't want to reenact Bloody Point where you have a major accident there and people get killed. You know, and the more you talk, yet people are not responding to you. I mean, because you're making a few dollars from the passengers, you got to think about other people. You're putting their lives in danger. And, it's a serious matter, but at the end of it, they still make you laugh, The taximen believe that because you're speaking of bloody point, you got to go right on the point to talk to the tourists. I mean, it's ridiculous to amuse it. There's a lot of space on the right-hand side. There's a lot of space in front of the decade where you can stop there and speak about bloody point. You don't have to go to the exact point as you may conceive it to be. And in the meantime, you're blocking the traffic. People can't see where they're going. We have to try to avoid accidents. And I'm pleading to the relevant authorities, please to refrain, instruct your driver, or whoever you may call them, to act responsibly. Think about other people. This kind of selfish behavior because you're making a few dollars. We have to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. All right, caller.
Thank
you for your contribution to the program. It's 11:25, and you're listening to The Edge in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. The phone lines are open, and we're taking your calls at 465-2555, 718-577-2916. We have a caller on the line. The caller, good morning, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Devonne.
Yes, good morning, welcome.
First, I always want to thank God for life and thank God for the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis. I believe that as black people controlling our country and as black people living here, the majority, I believe we should live together as one and live as one God-structured family, not evilness against one another. And we so evil against one another. That's why you see nothing can work out for us. As black people and all over the whole world, this thing happen. Now, Brother Devon, I want to counteract on something Carl said about the investors, like the Indians and them, right? The Indians and the Chinese come invest. Government can't legislate nothing that they could pay, they must pay or sponsor whatever. Because these people come in the country, they got to pay tax. And the taxes were keeping up the country. If government forced them to do whatever Carl Brown said they must do, they should do, they could pull out and go in the next country. There's a lot of competition out there now. They could go in the next country, go invest. He leave to them, and he leave to the money they make, and some good conscience to them, that they could contribute to school and contribute to the place like the Informe and all those things. But government can't force them to do these things. I put no legislation in place that they could pay tax or whatever. But Devon, I believe in Devon. We live in a small country. And if we as people come together, especially those who sitting down idly and got things to say and don't call in, it make me, Carl Brown, and others look bad. Because when they hear one set of people calling in on the radio, they say, man, only one set of people are calling, man. Only one set of people got issues. Only one set of people got problems. And this is it that we, people call in and say what they got to say. I believe government will keep my focus and do the right thing to please the ordinary man and woman in the country. Okay, Brother Devon, you have a blessed day.
Caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. We'll take this other call.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Cornelius.
Yes, caller, good morning.
I want to say something. Carl, without any thinking, to me, Carl don't agree with nothing in the Caribbean. Everything in the Caribbean is false. But everything is foreign is good. But let me say this. I want him to notice all the shipping companies and all the airline companies, they go through the problem. They go through a lot of problem. You hear about it in the news, but there is structure. There is structure and come again. And they make ears. And they spread out. No, LIAT problem ain't come from LIAT. The company itself really come from the government. The government is who messing up LIAT. Right? They want too much out of LIAT. LIAT, if LIAT could reach 75 years, it could reach 300 years. But it wants a good restructuring and a good management. And it will go. Can't come off a LIAT. You don't support nothing in the Caribbean. But everything got through its structuring. LIAT is one of the safest airline in the year. 75 years and counting, and never got a serious crash yet. I mean, when you think about LIAT, there is a short, hopping airline. You make it to be. It rise up, it flies for 20 minutes, it's down. It rise up, it flies for 45 minutes, it's down. It rise up for an hour, it's down. The longest flight it got is flying from maybe St. Kitts to Barbados or Guyana. Right? Maybe an hour and a half if they do it at all. But you must remember, fuel in rising up and landing, the V and the T and the engine, the tires, come better than that car. All LIAT need is a restructuring. Take your mouth off of LIAT. LIAT don't come again without the government need to restructure LIAT and stop put too much pressure on LIAT and let LIAT breathe. Let LIAT breathe properly.
All right, thank you for your contribution to the program. We'll take a break now. And when we come back, we'll continue the edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Let's hit this break, and I'll be right back.
Watch the creep. Look out! Look out! This is it! Something new, something fresh, something exciting! The Jump Off Show on ZIZ Radio with the man Chico. Yo! Every Monday to Thursday, Chico will be in the house with the 3 to 6 minutes. So tell your neighbors, tell your friends about this exciting show on ZIZ Radio, the Jump Off Show, every Monday to Thursday, 3 to 6. Don't miss it. While the others give you some, we give you more. Right here on ZIZ Radio.
At ZIZ, we want to take a moment to salute our small business owners and encourage you to support them. Our small business owners are always hard at work providing quality goods and services to you. They also provide employment for many and can be counted on to give back to our communities. Today and every day, we salute our small business owners and we say thank you for the opportunity to provide advertising services to you. If you're a small business, call us at 465-2621 to join our family of small business advertisers. Call us 465-2621. You'll be glad you did.
Hi children, I am Shalissa Catalia Caesar. Join ZIZ Radio every morning at 7:05 from Monday to Friday and Saturday from 9 to 10 for Totally for Kids. Wake up and be a part of the action.
Yes, you can now. You can do anything if you try. Oh, just try. Oh, my.
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. The phone lines are open. Call us at 465-2555 718-577-2916. We have a caller. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
I want to put the last call about LIAT. LIAT safe, secure, and it's very convenient. Even though it does come late, it come in. Because since 2017, LIAT ain't coming to St. Croix, and trust me, people said they miss LIAT so bad. Even though it's late, it come in. So I want to support him, and I wish we had a LIAT now, because everybody body now they miss LIAT, because we don't have no reliable airline to take us to the Caribbean. Some small plane, $900 for round trip. Yeah? So I wish today we had a LIAT. They say, miss the water till the well run dry, and right now we miss LIAT. So please, I really like to see LIAT bounce back. God help it to come back because it was safe. When we go Antigua and we late, they put us up and they feed us. I went to New York the other and they left us on the airport. We had to sleep on the airport. They dropped us there and they left us. Okay? So may God help Leah to bounce back.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the program. It's 11:34 and you're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. The phone lines are open and we are taking your calls. You have a caller? We do. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Yes, caller.
The phone line open?
It is open.
They shut me in. Now, Devonne. How you do?
I'm good.
Okay. Now, this week here, I think it was yesterday, some persons were on a radio station and they were talking about cleaning up the environment, especially for the Christmas, which I welcome every day, 365 days a year. But I'm saying this, the environment is not only the nastiness that people throw on the beach and like in the square and the side of the road and all over. Environment mean some of those old, rotten, fire bait houses where they got all around the place, make the place look so nasty and old. Especially in Barcelona. Look at it. Look where Port Sante, look where the port of entry is. When persons come here, whether you're from here or wherever in the diaspora, and you come here, you're welcome by the whole shabby looking house around the place that could break down. They're out of order for 20, 30 years. And it's time for them to break them down. The government move if the owner don't want to break them down. Let the government take up their responsibility and move them to beautify the place. Because those places, those buildings that are not being used, they are only there for rat house, sanitary house, scorpion, cat, dog, and even people throwing garbage in some of them places there. Only go in, they open the window and they will see how when they look. So I am saying those are in the environment that need shopping.
Don't go in there.
You ain't going in there. No, don't go in there.
I'm telling you not to go in there.
No. But sometimes people have to detour from passing across certain areas because the stench are coming out in there.
Boy.
You can't believe that they're in the city. So all those, like I said earlier, all those need to break them down, burn them, shove them down, move them out of the place, and then that spot, that area there, government can use it to put offices, buildings, and they make offices out of them. Clean up the whole place, not only the street and the drain.
All right, Colin. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for your contribution to the program. It's 11:37. We end the program at 12 for the ZIZ Midday Newscast. You're listening to The Edge. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. We have another caller on the line. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes.
I wanted to rain on the matter of the severance payment for the workers for LIAT.
Yes, go ahead.
But I wanted to ask a question because what was in my mind was the question of whether or not Antigua and Barbuda has a severance payment fund. Do you know if they do?
Oh, I would think so, but let me verify quickly.
Yeah, the reason why I ask is because severance payment in and of itself, there is no intrinsic right to severance payment just because you work for how much ever years with a particular establishment. There's no intrinsic right to severance payment. Where that right occurs is where provision is made for severance payments, such as is the case with St. Kitts and Nevis, where we have a legislation that makes provision for contributions by employers into a particular fund, which we call the Severance Payments Fund. That is the only way how you earn a right to severance, if there is adequate provision made for it up front. You would recall that before we had our Severance Payments Fund in St. Kitts and Nevis, employers who would have had persons working for years and then suddenly, for whatever reason, went under or left the federation, they were left hanging. And it was an unconscionable situation. And so the government legislated and said, listen, they should have a right to severance payment, but it must be provided for. up front, and that is where the legislation came into being. My question is that the case with Antigua and Barbuda? And if it is not, then the next best thing that is available to them is a payment, a gratuitous payment by government. So I just wanted to kind of explore that, and I would wish that you would see if you could find out if Antigua and Barbuda does have a severance payment fund. The other thing about entities making contributions to the community, that is part of what they can adopt as what they call of their corporate social responsibility. There's no compulsion for them to do that because they are already paying taxes which make contribution to the community in that way. But you cannot now legislate that they also do corporate social responsibility. You cannot do that. If you want to get more of them, then you have to raise taxes, that's all. But you cannot demand that they make a contribution to, say, a hospital or whatever it is. You can't do that. That is government's responsibility to maintain those facilities. And if government is not able to do that, then government has a remedy of increasing taxation if they wish to do so. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution to the program. Is there another caller on the line? Okay, let's take this call. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Cornelius.
Yes, good morning.
It's funny to hear teachers making night over non-payment of severance pay for the Antiguan workers who work with LIAT. Here I am in St. Kitts on petition. I'm since 2017 at a matter in court. Yeah? And the matter came to an end. My holiday pay. And the Attorney General refusing to pay me my holiday pay. Then the first of me and the way they're speaking of this. And I can't understand how is it we are looking into Antigua and not looking into ourselves. And this thing said, Attorney General, and take bills into the House of Assembly, have them read and passed, and we have to obey them. But he's not obeying the ruling of the Majesty Court. This month I end and finish tomorrow, and my next month, and I just can't get my holiday pay. So then I remember I spoke to you before, and it's like, nobody looking into this matter. How could he take bills into House of Parliament, and we have to abide by these rulings, but he is not abiding by the ruling of the court. Let's look at the avenue we're talking about, the young man them committing crime. Is it a crime too? Is it a major crime?
All right, caller. Well, thank you for your contribution to the program. To the caller before who asked, yes, Antigua does have a severance payment fund. I have here in front of me the Antigua and Barbuda Labor Code, and it also speaks to severance pay, right to severance pay, the initiation of proceeding, preliminary action by labor commissioner. So yes, Antigua does have a severance payment fund, and the labor code speaks to that, from right to severance pay when payable, lowering of pay because of redundancy, and the list goes on and on. So to answer your question, yes. It is 11:43 here in the studios of ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM, and you are listening to The Edge. I am your host, Devonne Cornelius. Do we have any callers? We do.
Yes.
Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yes, you can hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing
you.
Okay,
I just need to say to all those callers there that government can hard look after the old building. I mean, you hear stories about some of them closed down for a while because lack of maintenance, mold, and so forth. So government going to find money to pull on people building and rebuild them. Easier said than done. Thank you.
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution. Let's take this break, and we will be right back.
This Christmas is all about you. Yeah, boy. Flow the joy and better value. Together Together, imagine all we could do. Prizes and offers inspired by you.
With great prices including cash, grocery and gas vouchers, data, credit and more. Switch to Flow today and have Christmas joy every day.
This Christmas is all about you. Telling your boy, Flow brings the joy and better value.
Flow, connecting hearts and homes this Christmas. Visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply.
ZIZ Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world.
Craving for soup, chowder, goat water, for a variety of unmatched? Head to the Soup Cafe by Unoma Allen in the TDC Mall, 4th Street, Bastere. Call or WhatsApp them on 660-7687. That's 660-660-SOUP.
Welcome back to the program. You're listening to The Edge. I am Devonne Cornelius. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. 465-2555. We are taking your calls. It's 11:46. We bring this program to a close at noon for the ZIZ midday newscast. For those of you who are just joining the conversation, we're on the topic of LIAT 1974, LIAT 2020, and the issue of severance pay. And the government of Antigua and Barbuda has offered a compassionate payment. That is what they have called it, a compassionate payment. And you either take it or you leave it instead of a severance pay, because the fund or whatever monies that were there, those monies have been eaten up to purchase planes, according to the article, 12 to 13 million US dollars, and these aircrafts are for LIAT 2020. So that is what I think is a very contentious issue, and I hope that they could come to an agreement that benefits all parties involved. We are taking your calls 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. This program is also on ZIZ's TV, ZIZ's YouTube channel, and ZIZ's Facebook page. Let me use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and contributing to the discussion, whether you called or left a message on one of the live streams. Thank you so much for doing so and your contribution and participation to the program. I just got a message from someone saying they were trying to get in, so I'm encouraging you to continue call. There are a number of people who call, and there's normally a waiting time or a wait line. So there are callers ahead of you and there are callers behind of you. And we try as much as possible to bring in people. But the phone lines are open now and we're taking your calls. So call us at 465-2555. Do we have any callers? We do. A caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Morning again, Devonne. Carl here again. Devonne, those people in St. Croix who complaining that LIAT has left so many years ago, right? It is time now for the government to get them a airline, because it's over 20 plus years I have been calling on these shows and telling them that LIAT is a dead that cannot be resurrected. And those people calling and say LIAT don't come back. People, the dead cannot be resurrected. It is dead, and it needs to be buried. The third say on this program. LIAT cannot come back, and LIAT will not come back. And for the workers in Antigua, if you are listening, you all could take out an injunction against the government of Antigua and stopping them from putting that money into those planes and not paying all your rightful gratuity payment.
All right,
because
thank
it is
you.
there in law.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's take this other call. Okay, we seem to have lost that one. Lost that one as well. 465-2555. That is the number you call to participate in the conversation. You have 10 minutes if you want to do so. Let's take this call. Hello, caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, Devonne again. Devonne, I'm sure that you know that the government, any government, has the right to take a piece of land that is blocking traffic or whatever it is, and they just give you the value of the money, the value of the land in a check or whatever it is. Now, I did not say the government must break down those old houses, no way, and then build them back. I said the government can utilize the spot, the land, and build their own buildings and put many different offices in them. That is what the government supposed to, any government supposed to do. You have your house there and the land and you're not using it, and it's a hazard to the surrounding area, and the government need land, you're not using it, they have the right to sell it and utilize the land for the government purposes, not to build back for you, the owner who abandoned it. Thank you then.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution. Let's take this other call. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, Devonne, me again. Devonne, what you want to tell me? A group of millionaires in the Caribbean. Everything we got to depend on the white man. A group of millionaires in the Caribbean cannot come together and revive LIAT. They could come together and revive LIAT, but you see, we don't love one another and we don't care about one another. As long as we give money and we family feel good and you good, you this good and that good, you good. You understand? A group of man in the Caribbean could come together and revive LIAT, invest into LIAT. I don't see it. What you want to tell me? We got to wait with a company over America or something in France, something in Europe to come and tell us that. A group of a man, a millionaire, we got sufficient millionaire in Barbados, St. Kitts Nevis, Anguilla, all over the Caribbean, you got millionaire. What do you want to tell me? They can't come together and revive it. You see, we just don't care about one another because you could jump on an expensive jet and go where you want to go. And your family could jump on because you got money. And you could charter a flight. That is all to you. You don't care about the ordinary, down-to-earth person who really want to travel, like going to St. Croix, St. Thomas, and them other places. That is the only Caribbean transport we got to transport us to the Caribbean or the Caribbean or whatever. So come together as one and let me revive it now.
All right, caller. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution to the program. Do we have any more callers? We do, yes. Caller, good morning and welcome to the conversation.
Yes, Mr. Cornelius. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And how are you today, sir?
I am great, thanks. And you?
I'm blessed.
All right.
Mr. Cornelius, sometimes, Ben, I have to listen to the radio, your talk shows, right? I'm hearing people calling about their severance pay money. Why is it government just so hard and still long to get those people money? You have a union, a labor union. And you have labor commission office. Why is it somebody is not taking up the slack to get these people money paid? Why is the government is not looking into see that people get the money paid because they work for it? That we used to give Social Security and we used to give 3% levy, whatever it is. Right? That money is someone is supposed to come back to you. But instead of that, they're dancing around and playing around with people money who don't work so hard for it and up to the can and give them. Why is it? Because the gentlemen, I think they have a law that they have a severance pay package for the people who work, and it's supposed to give back to them. And why the Attorney General them going in the house and passing rules and regulations and not looking into that? And the next thing again, I wanted to find out what happened to that building down Church Street What if from the government headquarters, which was supposed to be the pantry? What happened to it? Did that stand still? Did that so high to the people in the Federation? And nobody's coming and saying nothing about that pantry?
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. Do we have any more callers? We do. Caller, good morning and welcome. Okay, seem to have lost this one. Okay, we have no calls. It is 11:55. I think we can take one more caller. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Lord Devon, thank you. Good morning, Devon.
You get in.
The program. Yeah, finally got in the last moment.
Yes.
Anyway, I was listening to Devon all the time. But a caller called in and says that the Chinese and the Indians are paying money to our government. Devon, we must not be fooled. Our government been paying money to the foreigners too. I mean, there's an example right now where our local government was giving this MSR people $150,000. They left Nevis when Sinkis they bought a hotel, and now they're suing our ex-prime minister. I can't subscribe to that. These are the issues that we have on hand, and we got serious issues in Sinkis Nevis, and we must try and explore them. I understand LIAT and I understand everything, and you're doing a program, but these are things because if our prime minister give whatever condition for them to sell passport, no, you sue him. You sue Sinkis Nevis. You're bringing down Sinkis Nevis. And these things must stop because our local business was suffering. And I use time short. I started getting before to do something else. While small business people were suffering in Nevis, we were getting a foreign business in pandemic, $150,000. Me not call for no jokey politics. But anyway, next time we can know your program over. But I'm going to call you another time, Devon.
Caller, thank you so much for your contribution to the program, and I'm hoping to hear from you very soon. You've been listening to the Edge here in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Until next time, you guys continue to stay safe and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Have a good one. Now, the quote I want to leave with you are encouraging words. I want to leave with you is keep trying. Whatever you're doing, keep trying. Whether it be something in work, something in school, something in your personal life, something you want to achieve, remember, keep trying. This has been The Edge for Wednesday, November 29, 2023, and I've been your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you so much for joining. Until next time, guys, stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Take care.
And thank him for his wondrous grace.
Hi, I am Pastor Clive Saunders, and I am inviting you to join me every Wednesday night from 8 to 10 for Praise on the Pulse, right here on ZIZ Radio. It will be a powerful time of praise and worship unto our God. Tune in.